Hey, now we will see the solution of number 2, store and stuff model. So let's do it together. First, we have to join the store and the stuff tables. So let's create another model. Alright, so first add a file. Let's begin with the store. Go to the Google Sheets. Store, here it is. So as you can see, we have here two stores. We have an indication who is the manager and we have an address. So first let's convert that to Google Sheets. And let's share with the address. Perfect. Our spreadsheet ID. And here we have store A to Z. Let's get the columns. Perfect. I will save this. Now let's take the stuff. Google Sheets. I will copy the address again. Stuff. As you can see here, we have the list of the staff members and some information about them. So first, save as Google Sheets, then share. And our spreadsheet ID. Also here we can see the name of the sheet, so it will be staff. So staff A to Z, get columns. Perfect. I will save it. And let's add now join between these tables. Stuff with store, and we have the store ID with store ID. Add join, save, and let's prepare and preview. Here are the details of the staff members, including their store. Perfect. Next thing we have to do is to perform a union between the two additional store goals tables. So add a file. So as you can see, we have here two files, each for the relevant years, one from 2000 to 2005. As you can see, we have here the year and the goal for the profit for this store, and then for the second store, and for each year the goal for the profit. And the second one will be the same, just with other years. So first we have to union between these two tables. So I will convert them to Google Sheet format. Also this. Okay, so let's start with the first one. So we have to share it with the regular address. So this is the first one. Let's do for the second as well. Perfect. So the first one, this is the ID. and let's copy the name of the sheet, and this is the range. Let's get the columns. Perfect. The year can be a number as well as the amount. I will save here and save here, and let's do the same with the second. Google Sheets. So this is the spreadsheet ID. And for the range, I will copy the name from here. I will put it here with the range. So let's transform these two numbers as well. Perfect. So what we have to do now is to union between these two tables. So we will take the append tables. We will call it union goals. Alright, so we can use the automatic because these two tables are actually the same in matters of the structure, their structure. So I will take the first one and I will update, and then I will take the second one and I will update. So you can see that it detected it correctly. So we can save that and let's preview. Perfect. So we have here the stores with the goal for the profit. So what we have to do now is to calculate for each store what is the average goal profit amount. You can try to think of more than one way to do that. We can perform that with a couple of different steps. So let's start with the group table. So I remind you that the group table will group one of the tables by columns we decide, and the other columns we can do an aggregation function on them. So we'll group the table according to the store, and we'll do average on the amount, and we will hide the year. Let's try that. Group on the union. The table will be the union. And for the columns, so the store ID, this will be the column that we will group by. So I will not hide it, and I will not apply on that column a group function. The goal amount will be the one I want to apply the average on. And the year I want to hide it, because I don't want it to be as a grouped column, to group by this column. So let's do it. Let's save and let's look on that. Perfect. As you can see, we have the store ID and we have the average of the goal amount. So this is one way to do that. What now we still have to do is just to join this to the main join we already did. But before that, I want to show you another option of how to aggregate a column and how to calculate the average. We can use the aggregate column step. This step enables us to apply aggregated functions and create new columns with that calculations. However, if we will use this step, we will have to delete afterwards the extra columns. We will have the column of the year that in the group table we deleted that, but in that step it will remain, so we will have to delete that column before we joining. If it's not clear enough what I meant by extra columns, we will apply that step and you will see the results in a second, and it will be better for understanding that. So for this specific case, this step will take longer and will involve more steps in order to achieve the same like we already had in the group table. But I want to show you this step Anyway, so I have first to deactivate this union. I will deactivate it. I will also add that step before the group union. I want to add it after the union goals, because it can do some problems if I will add it at the end from time to time. So in order to do that, I will click on the union and then I will click on the plus. So I will use the aggregated column. Alright, so the column we want to aggregate is the goal amount, and we want to apply average on that column, and we want to group by the store ID, and the type will be integer. So let's look on that. Perfect, it worked great. We can see that for each store, let's sort it by the store. So for each store we can see another column with the aggregated amount. So that's exactly what we wanted. If now we want to join it, we will have to delete the columns of the amount and the year in order to remain just with one value and not to duplicate the other table. So for that situation, this method is a bit longer or a bit more complex, so the group was better. So I will deactivate this, deactivate and save. So we will go to the group union and I will activate it. You can see that we have everything the same as we did. So we will go with the group union, and what we still have left to do is the join to the other table, the join to the primary tables. So I will save it. I will add another step. Should be join store stuff with the group union, and the store ID is equal to the store ID, add, save, prepare and preview. So we have here our details over the stuff, we have here the store, and at the end we have here the goal amount, but this is the average, so let's change the name to average, and maybe we can also round that number. So let's try to round, and when we will round it, we also will rename the column, because we are going to add a column that will be rounded. So round I will call it. The column type will be decimal. The column name will be AVG goal amount, and let's open the editor. Alright, so we want the mathematical and round. Right, rounds the given value to the nearest integer, rounds the given value to the nearest integer or to a specific precision. So we will take this one and we'll add a precision. So we'll put round on the goal amount, and let's do it for 2 digits. So here we have it with correct name as well. So I will save it, and actually this is it for the model of stuff and store. Thanks.